What up, everybody? Scuff D here, and it's gonna be a little quick video. I wrapped up a while back, and the replays didn't quite work out so well. Actually, one of them did, and I think both of them ended up playing fine. This one here, unfortunately, there was an issue with. I'll kind of go over that when I do the replay video. Just do some voiceover, let you see the full games. I wrapped up the first round of the first format for the World Cup. First format for the World Cup is round robin. There's a bunch of countries. There's about 3 or 4 groups, and all the countries are paired in different groups. And everybody's going to go around, play everybody. Every team's going to play every team, and then the top X amount will go on to the next stage once this is all said and done. And so I think there should be 6 weeks of this. I could be wrong. I believe there's 6 weeks. Or 4 weeks. No, there's gotta be more than 4 weeks. More than 4 weeks. Anyways, this week we played Finland, Denmark, Sweden, I believe, is the full team. I went up against Alex 87, Alex 87, who's actually a fellow lodge mate in Trader's End. Played him, and I'm going to show those games here. I'm going to just do some voiceover in them to kind of streamline it a little bit. There is one end game result, unfortunately, with the replay and the random feature threw the replay off. It doesn't end the game. You end up getting a stasis result, and then the game doesn't go any further. And that can happen from time to time. That is an issue with the replays. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. This coming, as of today, round 2 starts, and that is against, for us, Indonesia and Singapore. So I've contacted my opponent, and we'll probably be playing here sometime this weekend. So that should be fun going into round 2, and then I'll share those games up as well. We got, there hasn't been any crazy changes necessarily, although we are wrapping up the tail end of this event, and it looks like we're going to end up with Zardu Layak. I did some warp chatter with LCFR and Agrash from Trader's End, LCFR from Masterclass, and we're talking about the word bears. And as you can tell by my play history, I've been playing a bit of the word bears and having some good fun with them. That one loss there, that's actually going to be shown, the Lorgar versus Argletal. We'll kind of go over that. Just kind of breaking down the card pool, the warlords, how they differ. Some cards that are strong, worthwhile. Some that are, different strategies and approaches in how they go. Try to make it a little different. Get some game action in there too while we're talking. Other than that, I don't have much to talk about. Hasn't been any crazy updates or changes. I guess this is just a quick moment to plug the December card deck list contest. The deck list contest for December, remember the theme is infiltration. So send me your deck list for infiltration. Screenshots of your deck list as well as your player profile, which is this screen here. I've got 11 submissions so far. Deadline is Christmas Day, December 25th. And then it'll give me a few days and the holidays to recover from all sorts of things and decide who gets the top prizes. First place gets an epic of your choice. So without further ado, you're just going to go into the games. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Some good matchups. Alex is a strong player. He's been in the top 50 several times. I think he's in top 50 right now, actually. Let's just take a quick look. Great opponent. He made some choices. I got some luck. Ideally, I wanted the matchups to pair exactly how... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong list here. Man, it's just been go. 4-6. Oh, yeah, he's up there. There he is right there in the number 5 spot. Good job, man. Congrats. Keep it up. Keep it up. So, without further ado, check it out. So, off the bat, I was pretty pleased. I started out with Russ, and I wanted to go up against Alpharius. He was running Alpharius and Thiel. And I figured I would stand the best chance against his Alpharius with Russ, and the best chance against his Thiel with my Alpharius. So I got lucky. I got that matchup here as the first game. To go with that, I got a great start for a first hand. For an opening hand, I've got a warded troop coming down. I've got a survivor unit that's going to assist me with Russ. I'm already kind of forcing him to go with that as opposed to drawing or copying my cards. Now I went with the warded unit here instead of the abandoned supplies because I wanted to keep that pressure going. I wanted to keep that up and put down as much as I possibly could rather than try to put down a couple units and hope that he wasn't able to stun or drop something else down here. And of course he's got Ghost Legionary to kind of attempt to counter that pressure. So a good hand, Pi Alpha, abandoned supplies, you never know what you're going to get. You got a fast attack troop, you've got Russ. The downside here in this matchup kind of works out depending on how he decides to play. If he's going to feed me cards, that's okay because I can use those. But the downside is if I do run out of steam here, if I run out of good troops, whether they're flanking or fast, or if I don't have wolf claws or something, then Russ is just going to kind of sit there for a bit. However, I get Baelai, and that is a huge boon. He can stun with the Lambda Thunder here if he's got that, and he did. And post game, it turned out that the card that he copied here with Jubok was my Fenrisian Wolves, and I'm not quite sure what the second card that he copied was. I'm not quite sure what the second card he copied was. He didn't get to play either of them, which is good. I'm okay with that. Whether it was a warded trooper or a tactic, I don't recall. However, I've got a full health Baelai who's going to get pumped up here to attack. Now, I wasn't thrilled with the Ragnarok, pulling it with the abandoned supplies. I was thinking, okay, well, I'll hold that for score, or maybe some nasty pinch like throws down another Ghost Legionary or something, I guess. I went with the spear here rather than the direct damage, just to keep that stun up and really up the damage on this one, rather than using the Emperor's Executioners to take out that vet. He's going to have to throw that vet either at Russ, in which case it becomes stunned, or at Baelai, and unless he's got and he used his whole energy here to go into a Megon, so he doesn't have a Goldstone to follow up with it or anything like that, which is great. Now, this one here, I played it, and I realized what I should have done is I should have moved the squad next to Baelai, and then they would have both been over there, and they wouldn't have been, if he would have played a Lambda, if I had not attacked with Baelai, that kind of forced me to attack. Anyways, there's a good target for the Ragnarok, and I'm actually very glad that I pulled it with the abandoned supplies, because without the abandoned supplies, I would not have been able to use it on that glaive, and that was pretty much that saved me the game, because I wouldn't have been able to do anything with the Vorax and the Jortun squad. So that was kind of a pinch play there. And going in here against Thiel, I like the start that I've got. That's a good, strong, solid start. This Alpharius that I'm playing is not a trap Alpharius. It's just your classic Alpharius with a few extra goodies. Both of these decks, both the Russ deck and the Alpharius deck, included Edict of Censure for these matchups to try to help me out. I wasn't thrilled that he drew a Logos off the bat. I don't know what he's got, but it's probably not going to be too favorable. However, I was happy to see that his hand is getting up there. That leaves him susceptible to, all the Alpha Legion shenanigans. So I'm going to put some pressure off of Alpharius by dropping down the Jubok, and we'll see what we can start to bait out. Now, Thiel is relatively, I don't want to say new, because he's not. He's been out since Ultraman's release, but his new play style, because of Logos costing one less, and because of the Ancient Marcellus change in ability, makes him a little bit more versatile. He gives a lot more options, but he is still susceptible to a few things. You know, the Ultramarine card pool has got some interesting cards, but they're still contingent on their courage mechanic for some of those abilities, and also his ability generates randomly. Now, this is a smart move here, what he did, making him a 6 attack, banking on me having Melgator, which I do, so I cannot use Melgator on him. I was very tempted to put the Gamma Order on him, but I realized where I'm at, if I put a Gamma Order on him, he can just use his ability if he really needed to and give himself more troops, and then I'm not gaining anything there. At this point, I would rather apply pressure to the Warlord via damage, and he was not thrilled with the results of that Edict to Censure. Yeah, this is unconventional. I only lost 2 cards that I didn't necessarily need to use just yet. I got one of them back already. Had a lot of troops in my hand, and I felt okay about that. I actually think he lost more than me, and one of those cards, post-game, I think he said was the Wisdom of Crag's Honor, so that ended up being a very strong swap out. I lost, you know, some. I didn't even lose a heroine. I just lost some paltry tactics, so nothing huge there. And he's doing good in terms of dropping bodies. And I've got those. Look at those goldstones, man. Oh, I love gold. I love it. They will come into play. Oh yes. Oh yes. And at this point, yeah, just keeping that pressure up on his Thiel. Now, the Ultramarines have got healing. I mean, I know that. I can't face strike too much with Alpharius because while I've got some healing, I think really toe-to-toe the Ultramarines can out-heal me. And at this point, I'll be honest with you, as good as that hand looks, I had some options. I could have Melgator things or, you know, use the veterans or the goldstones. I was really fishing for a better way. I'm gonna have to respond to that text. I'm gonna have to, you know, I'm really fishing for a better way to deal with his board. I want to get rid of that apothecary because I don't like that. You know, stymieing up with the front wall, that's not a bad thing. He knows that he's not going to get the courage off on me, so he's just dropping that troop down, and that's a decently beefy troop. It's going to be not Melgatorable. I do have the instrument, so I'm debating on that. But I'm going to see what I get with the abandoned supplies before I play anything, and I end up getting a very nice card to get. And this is really where I put the pressure on him. He doesn't have any answers for that. Without any hard removal, and apparently he doesn't have the tactics in hand to direct damage my score. He goes instead for the face on Alpharius, which is a smart move. I mean, he's got the bodies. He could pressure it up. If I can't duck out, I haven't played one of many, so I don't have a stealth Exodus in hand. He's just putting that pressure down there, and he's on top of that drawing up a card that can remove stuns, so my options of stunning are not great. Now, right there with that apothecary, that's actually a bug. The apothecary did not heal Thiel. It ended up healing one of his other troops, because between the Fortunatus veterans score and then the 2 goldstones and Alpharius face strike, I actually had enough to finish this game off. And I was banking. I mean, I could have played around with the other cards I had in my hand, but what you're seeing here is the end result. Not exactly as it went because the replay bugged out here, but that actually was the final strike in winning the game, and it was a good game.